Chris Mayer.
What's up, brothers, or butter, or whatever you want to call it? How's it going, guys? Jim
Oh,
Storm,
good. How are you doing?
got the Bigfoot shirt on. I'm doing good, doing really good.
I figured out earlier that the three of us have known each other for about 50 years. I mean, so 100 years,
Yeah,
150
I
years.
think,
Total.
yeah, Jim, when you came to Fair Oaks in when? 77, 76?
Well, so we moved there in 69, but I went to a private school and didn't go to, and so as a result of going to the private school, we went to church on Saturdays. I
Okay.
wasn't allowed to play baseball, eat sausage, eat shellfish, kind of a weird culty thing.
Oh,
But you and Philpott were the first people that I met when I don't know what the true story is. I don't know if I was kicked out of the Seventh-day Adventist school because my brother had escaped and taught me the F word, and I guess I said it too much, and they really didn't want me at the school anymore. I thought it was a fun word. And so you and Philpott were two of the first people I met at Pershing when I moved over to Mr. Child's class, I think.
oh
And
yeah,
then I got to know everybody playing Fair Oaks Little League.
yeah. One thing about Jim, you guys don't know, he's the smartest kid in the class. He was, and when I was in
Of
elementary
course he
school,
was.
he was the smartest dude. So, me, I'm just trying to
Doesn't
figure out my
surprise me
next
at all.
baseball card. You know?
Well, when you peak out in 1978, now I'm the dumbest guy in the class, so it's all evened out.
Yeah, that's
Oh
awesome.
man. Well, I just wanted to we wanted to talk to you about you today. Your
Okay.
baseball background. I mean,
Yeah.
again, we all three of us have a lot of memories together playing baseball, especially Little League.
So many.
Um, So, and then you told me last fall, we had a nice conversation last fall, and you were saying that you didn't play after what, 15? Or is that?
No, I think I played, how old are you in big leagues? Like 16, 17 years old?
16 is
Yeah,
when big
16
league
to
starts.
18.
Yeah, I think I played a year or two, and then that was it. I remember the last game we played at American River College, and after that, I was pretty much done, you
Oh,
know?
okay.
So, I was, like I was telling Jim the other day, we spoke for a bit. I was kind of done being a catcher. I wanted to be an infielder, and I was never going to get there. So I was like, all right, well, I think I'm done playing baseball. And I still played softball. I mean, for recreation and stuff. But
Yeah.
no, that pretty much it. Right after big league, it ended. So
Well, the thing I
I
wanted you to know, Chris, and you probably will dispute this. I mean, everything I say to Jim, he kind of dummies down. But when we were in Little League, I mean, I admired you to no end. I mean, your tenacity, your skill, your just if I could be as good as you, it would be an amazing feat because you just did everything right. I it
eh,
was a
well, I'm going to deny it, but that's okay. I appreciate it.
no,
I
no,
knew
it
you
was
would.
it was fear based because if he didn't, Ed would jump his shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
So
right.
either you play or you get a foot in your ass. So it's
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
I know that one.
Uh, one story I don't, a lot of people don't realize that baseball is the very thing that kept me from the class of '85 and moved me into the class of '84.
Oh, okay.
So, being the youngest, I had older brothers and sisters, but my next brother was 5 years older than me. And so I was the last one around the house, right? And so my parents wanted me to get into school early so my mom could have the house to herself. So they take me over to Pershing, Jim. You remember Mrs. Cousins? Okay,
oh
she was.
yes, Kirsten was my first elementary girlfriend before Lori Ballum.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Lori Ballard was
Yeah.
cream of the crop then too. But she was my kindergarten teacher, and so my parents drove me over there for some sort of assessment, right? And she's asking me some basic questions, and she asked me what my favorite color was, and I told her root beer, and she kind of has this, oh gosh, this guy's a real. So my dad had saw that, and then he goes, "Pardon me, I'm going to be right back." So he goes out to the car, grabs some of my baseball cards, and hands them to her. He goes, "Just ask him any question about the player, his position, stats, you name it." And she just started rattling off. And I was like, yeah, it's Al Kaline, Detroit Tigers, first baseman, so many HRs this year, last year, I start just ripping off stats like Rain Man. She's like, okay, you're in. That's why I was born in October. You're December, Eric, right? So I'm just a couple of
Yeah.
months older than you, but you got guys
Right.
like Dave Anderson and Donnie Gunn who are older than me, but class of '85. So baseball
Hmm.
cards basically got me into the class of '84 and into school early. So
Well, Lisa Orlando has the same birth date as me, and she's 84.
yeah, yeah. So that's how I got into started school early. And I think my dad may have fudged the numbers so I can start Pee Wee baseball early because I should have
Wow.
been a year behind everybody. So, but
Wow. Ah, you
that
had skills, man. I mean, if I just remember in my mind's eye, I remember you taking, balls in the dirt, the tip drill and all that. And you just never stopped. It was amazing.
well, the thing is, Eric, when you're so short and you're so low to the ground, you don't got to go very far. If you, Jim, you have
What?
that 11-year-old all-star picture where I'm in the
Oh my
back
God.
row. I don't know who in the hell set that picture up, but I should have been in the front on my knees, right? It goes like everybody's 6 foot and it drops down to 4 foot. To me, I'm like, what the hell?
6 foot.
It's just
I was small. I was small too.
Uh,
tiny.
I
Yeah,
didn't have a growth spurt until I don't know junior year.
yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's an interesting picture. I show my kids that, and he goes, "My God, you were little." Yeah, I was tiny. Yeah. And here I am, I remember Mike Severance running down third base, and I think I was 10 years old, my first year in majors, and he's, I'm maybe 50 pounds, 60 pounds, whatever it was, and he plowed into me, and I went flying. He probably weighed buck 40. You remember Mike Severance, right?
oh
He's kind
yeah,
of a
yeah. I
round,
played with him
stocky
on the
kid who,
Pirates.
who didn't put
Yeah.
up with crap, and I got in his way, and he let me have it, and I flew. Oh my gosh! But yeah, I was just never had the size, so always so small. But like I said, when you're that low to the ground, you don't got to go very far at all.
Well, I wasn't super tall either at that point, so I mean,
Taller than
we're pretty.
me. Everybody, I think the only one that like Mike Meehan and I were like, okay, we're the munchkins of the group. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
what was your favorite team in the major leagues growing up? Who'd you
the
follow?
Oakland A's were my West Coast team.
Oakland A's.
I
Okay.
was a big fan of the A's, especially early '70s when they're really good. And then my
Okay.
East Coast team would be the Boston Red Sox.
Oh,
Big
okay.
Carl Yastrzemski, Carlton Fisk fan. But at one point in time, I did like all California teams, but the Oakland A's were my favorite. And Gene Tennis, of course, was the catcher. Liked him a lot. And then, I mean, when you got Bert Campy, Campaneris, and Sal Bando,
Yeah.
these guys, these names on these teams, right? And
They
Reggie
had some
Jackson.
great players. Yeah.
There's only one professional player that I actually have I took a screenshot on my phone, and that's Reggie Jackson, because his swing when he finishes and he connects, it's poetry. And
Hmm.
he's in that yellow and green, the primarily yellow Oakland A's.
Yeah, yeah.
I just got that picture. I gotta have that one.
The
So
width, the width between his front foot and his back foot
it's
at
like
the
he's
completion of his swing. I mean, you almost had to practice yoga
yeah.
to
Hmm.
do that. It absolutely swung out of his shoes.
He
It
struck
was
when he hit
unbelievable.
it went a mile. It was the sweetest swing ever. And every single time we played in the streets and I batted left-handed, that's who I was thinking about being. I was never hitting up that far, but that's who I wanted to be was Reggie Jackson. So
It's so funny when I look at you and I think about, I don't want to deviate from baseball, but growing up in that neighborhood,
oh God.
there was nothing we did not do. I
No,
mean, we would go have slugging fights in the Jones garage, turn out the lights,
a lot of people don't know.
olive fights.
Yeah.
We were
Oh my
constantly
God.
playing in the streets. We're always talking about how I accidentally shot Johnny Jones,
Oh my
all
God.
that. And so when I look at you, you were such a part of me coming out of my shell because of the neighborhood and all the fun things that we did.
Oh yeah, yeah. And what I think Jim may have mentioned it before, but if I were to put my life on the line where someone had to throw something and hit it, it's Jim Sorm. I've seen so many incredible shots. It's just not luck. It's skill. The guy has
With
an
an
arm.
olive?
He can, who's that Randy Johnson who pegged that bird?
Yeah.
Remember? Okay, so
Yeah.
Yep.
if you were to have 20 birds fly by, I put my money on Jim Sorm to hit him every time, almost every time. He was just that good. But yeah, a lot of people don't know the story about how we would find the person with the cleanest garage, and about 7 or 8 kids would get in there. We'd close garage door, and we would turn off the lights, and we'd start swinging, fighting until someone got
Yeah.
knocked. I mean, I got hit by the biggest kid, and I saw the solar system. I think I left my body, you know, when they're on the ground, until somebody cried, and the parents come out, and they're like, "Okay, what are we going to do next?" It's the '70s, This is what we do. So yeah, it was a good time.
All right. Well, who got you into baseball? Was it your dad?
Actually, I'd probably I tip my hat to my older brother, Eddie, who's 5 years older than me. So when I
Oh, okay.
came of age, he was already probably in his first or second year on the Orioles in Major League
Mm.
at Fair Oaks. So he had someone to practice with. So we would play in
Hmm.
the backyard, and he'd hit balls to me, and of course, he taught me to throw and hit and everything. And then my dad worked with me a little bit until the beer ran dry. Then he went back and got another one and forgot about me. No, but my dad did too. But I think Jim, you can agree to this one is that I think most of the training and the skill set came from playing with the kids in the neighborhood. We
Yeah,
had,
older kids. Yeah.
like the Sandlot, the movie, those kids are all about the same age. Well, we had a
Yeah.
handful of kids our age, a handful of kids younger, and a handful of kids 5 or 6, 7 years older, right? And when we would play those bigger kids, they didn't let up, right, Jim? They did not
Oh
let
yeah,
up.
especially our older brothers, and then
Yeah.
we'd play street ball where we'd throw tennis balls against the fence, or it'd be wiffle ball over at my house. All those things I
And
think helped us with hand-eye coordination and
Hmm.
the
Yeah,
ability to react.
sure.
the thing is, we were always playing a sport, though, primarily baseball, wiffle ball, and then football and whatever, but it was mainly baseball. But all the fights, dirt clod fights, throwing rocks at the neighborhood kids, someone,
Jeez.
just what we did. But
Do BB gun fights count as a sport?
you know what he's referencing there, Eric, when he says BB gun? There was this kid, Johnny Jones, and he was going
I
down the hill
vaguely
on a
remember that
bicycle.
kid. Yeah.
He's going down the hill on the steepest hill in the neighborhood on his bicycle. He's just weaving back and forth, going side to side, right? Jim happened to have a BB gun, and he rears up and he shot Johnny right in the nuts. The
Oh,
first thing Jones does is let go of the handlebars and grabs his nuts. Well, the first thing the handlebars do is fold, and he topples over, laying on the ground. And I think, Jim, I think you handed me the BB gun, and I'm standing there just like, what the hell did you just do?
oh
And he's
my
just
God.
rolled in the street. This stuff like that is what we did. So
Oh
as
my
kids,
gosh.
thank
All
goodness
right.
we
So
don't do it.
here's a question for you.
Okay, got it.
If you had it to do over again, what position would you have chosen?
Second base.
Second base. Okay.
Second base. Yeah.
I think you would have made a great second baseman, by the way.
Well, I'm just, high on sugar, good range. I could throw the ball to first base, probably because it's a lot closer, and
But you had a quick release. Your
quick
release
release,
was
yeah,
quick. Yeah.
and which made turning double plays probably a lot
Right.
easier.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
I noticed when I was playing softball, they asked me, "Where do you want to play?" I said, "Second base," and it
Yeah.
was a position that fit, and I was able to turn double plays and make things happen. The only person I think that we would know that I played against in that rec league would be Eric Rist, Mike Rist's older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I played with against Eric Rist, and we've chatted a couple times. But yeah, that was the position I liked to have played the most. But I got pigeonholed into catching forever. And
Yeah.
it's like I couldn't get out of it.
So did your dad make you a catcher?
No, no. Hess Hanaway, the Sluggers manager that we just looked at.
Yeah.
Okay, so that practice was in 1974. We were at Twin Lakes Elementary off of Main Avenue,
Hmm.
and he goes, "I need a catcher," and he knew me because I was Dwayne, his son, Dwayne, who's also on the team. I was his friend. He goes, "Chris, let's go put on this equipment." Well, this equipment was, I don't know, it just hung off me. I just
Yeah.
the kneecap part was up past my thigh. The chest protector was about dragging on the ground. The helmet didn't fit. So I got all this stuff on, and he's throwing the ball to me. But remember, Hess Hanaway is a semi-pro baseball player. So, his pitches got harder and harder, and I'm like, okay, this is what my brother does to me in the backyard, right?
Yeah.
So, and then he threw one in the dirt. And so instead of turning my hand this way, I turned my hand this way and moved over towards it. He goes, "Who taught you that?" I go, "Nobody. I just felt right." He goes, "You're the catcher."
Huh.
That's how it all started.
Wow.
So, and then
Natural.
from that point on, I just stayed.
And
So,
that to me, if that was your signature, was a ball in the dirt, because I mean, you did it
yeah, I
better
didn't have
than
much of an
anybody.
arm. So, yeah,
Huh?
I didn't have much of an arm. So I would say that, yeah, that was probably, because I was so low to the ground. Like I say,
But
being
Do you
small helped.
think you were really good at it, Chris? Because I think you had a high threshold of pain.
I think
And
you're
I
right.
say no, I say
I
that
think
in
you're right.
I say that in a complimentary way because you
Absolutely.
played with absolutely zero fear. And I
Right.
saw you take some balls that I know would have absolutely hurt. And it seemed like you weren't afraid of it at all.
Yeah.
Do you remember the times before that little dangly chest, that throat protector?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Th-
Remember that? Yeah, it's nice when you get a ground hop, a short hopper and it hits you in the throat, or you have
Right.
the thread tattoo of the baseball on your forearm, or you got, yeah. I mean, it's just who am I? Where am I going to go? You know,
Yeah.
complain or play? Oh, well, I want to play. I don't want to sit on the bench, so
Yeah.
take it.
True.
You know,
Well, my
and then
dad
of
made
course
me a catcher.
after the game, it's like that ride home's a little long, and I only live 2 or 3 miles away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well, I asked that because my dad made me a catcher because then he could just basically like coach through me. It's just
yes,
your
yes.
feet away, and he could just like ride me, and I would have to pass the message along, right? So I was curious if your dad was the one that did that because he was notoriously tough.
No, he made it tough, and he you guys know my dad. Come on, give me a break. Yeah.
Yeah, but we
You know,
never
he,
Yeah,
played for him. We never
he
played
yelled
for
at he yelled better than anybody in the league, except
him.
he and Bob just would
oh,
totally yell, and I'd laugh at
Bellowing.
both of them.
Yeah.
and Wayne Skinner. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
one
Those
thing
three.
about your dad, Eric, if I were to pick out and it's different with kids, parents with their own kids, they're different. Like my dad was different with me, but yet
Exactly.
Mike Stout tells me the story that when he was assisting with the Sluggers, he was such a kind and gentle,
Right.
he was really patient. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I
Right.
don't get that. Yeah. But so parents with other kids are different.
Right.
So, but your dad was the one who I think I would say inspired the most confidence because he really like trusted me. And that
Hmm.
really helped me when I was playing for him. Because
Hmm.
remember we were talking about my last great season was 12-year old.
Yeah.
That's what I think. You know, guess who wasn't a coach? My dad, but your dad
Right.
was, and
Right.
Mr.
That's true.
Anderson. And Mr.
Right.
Anderson would be probably the second guy who I guess
Right.
I would rate as the one who understood me best, like the psychologist who knew me as a
Yeah.
kid, who could work with me. So those two, the combination of those two together,
Hmm.
I think made it a really good season. So
My
yeah,
favorite All Star year was when we were 13 because my dad was not the coach.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a
I
little
mean,
different when they step away, isn't it? You got a little
oh,
freedom.
it
You're like,
was
okay,
totally different. I was so relaxed. It was unbelievable. Mr. Anderson and Mr. Nielsen were the coaches, right? So, I mean,
oh yeah,
I played like a demon because I didn't have my dad just crushing me all the time.
yeah, yeah. It's there's a lot of fatherly peer pressure there that weighs on you, and it affects how you play. But
Yeah.
I could look back on it now. I mean, I wouldn't change it. It's fine. I
Yeah. I
survived. You
mean,
survived.
we
We're okay.
survived. That's the
Yeah,
key, right?
yeah. Oh,
I just
there
thought it
you
was
go. You're
funny that last year we were talking about, Mr. Skinner, your dad, and my dad being, there was another one that came along later that I recognized was on the same level as Bobby Jones' dad. Do you know Bobby Jones from
Jones.
Del Campo? Oh, his
No, I
dad
don't.
was, he was just as loud, and he was, and Bobby Jones is a great player, man, and his dad was
Yeah.
never satisfied. It was like I was watching my dad, but with another kid. I felt bad
Oh,
for him. Like, oh my gosh,
yeah. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like. Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
I just cringed every time he'd stand right behind the backstop in high school
Yeah.
and just yell as loud as he could, like if Bobby missed one pitch, he was just all over him.
And so he was a catcher as well?
No, he's a center fielder.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
if he was hitting
Oh, okay.
and he took a strike, his dad was just crushing. It was,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
any player on the field was just feel bad for him, and he ended up playing, I think he got to double A or triple A. He was one of the best
Right.
center fielders I ever played with, and
Really?
never
Really?
satisfied, man. It was a whole other level of like not satisfied. It was crazy.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah.
do
Been there,
you
done that.
watch baseball nowadays? Do you watch?
Typically, if there's a game on, no, I don't. I'll watch the World Series and some playoffs if they get there. If the Red Sox are on or the A's are on, yeah, I'll watch it for a few
Okay.
innings. But to sit there and watch from the first pitch to the end, no, I can't do that.
Well,
I just find it boring, And the ball players these days, I mean, I'm still stuck in the '70s when I think about baseball.
oh,
You know,
okay.
these guys that played, at least then, in my opinion, they were, they didn't cry. They were men. Now they go out there draped in gold chains and earrings and all kinds of things, and they look like a chandelier, you know.
Are you
So
a
yeah,
Jaron Duran fan?
I actually am. Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
show. I think it was on Netflix
Yep.
about the Red
The
Sox, and I watched
24
that
Red
show.
Sox. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like okay, it's for the Red Sox. I'll watch it. Yeah, and it just, of course, I love the Red Sox.
Yeah.
So
And Jaron Duran is kind of like your style of play. He's very gritty. Of course, he's very talented too, but he's just
yeah,
a guy that fights hard. And that was how you were when you played. I
I think
think
we all
Jim
were.
would agree.
Though.
Huh?
I think we all were like that, though. I think we all played
There were
hard.
some that were more. I think Jim would agree with me that you stood out as somebody you know, way beyond the rest of us as far as toughness.
I'm not gonna take a comp. I can't take that.
I'm going to say you were grittier.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I when you look at people that we grew up with and you looked at the natural talent and like no offense to Tom DeLeo, but he's a total pussy compared to you.
Tom,
Um,
love Tom.
sorry, Tom.
But very
No,
talented.
but my point is yeah, a lot of talent, but you played without fear,
Yeah,
and you
right,
you took lumps and didn't complain. That's why
right.
you like 70s baseball because I mean it was the time that Pete Rose would run over Ray Fosse,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and they
and
were
and the
friends.
game was different. They didn't protect the people. Pitchers would throw 350 innings.
yeah,
Mike Marshall would appear in 110 games, and it was a different time. And I think it's probably through your lens that you were taught by Ed, hey, shut up and just do your thing,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah. Don't cry to me. I don't want to hear it. That's what he said. That was his
Yeah.
tagline. I don't want to hear it. Go out there and cry. You know, and certainly you don't want to cry in front of anybody. That's my dad. But he uh, he was something else. I remember Pete Fondersmith told me, he goes, "Yeah, your dad's an asshole." I said, "Try living with him, Pete."
Oh my.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like on Saturdays when Notre Dame was playing. Big Notre Dame fan. And boy, they wouldn't play well. Look out! I go outside and like I'm getting the hell out of here. The TV was getting yelled at and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, your old dad was something else, man. Love the
But
guy.
he liked it. He liked it not at first if you pushed back on him.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
Because he'd yell at me and I'd just laugh at him. And then he'd yell at me again and I just laugh back and he'd go, all right, I'm done.
yeah. I'm done. I can't get this one, but I can get the other ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You had a gift for that though. You were really good at comebacks and kind of putting him in his place, which I couldn't do that.
Oh, me
So,
neither. I
I
yeah.
don't know where it came from.
what is
Um,
I think your favorite memory was when we were 12 and we are playing All Stars, right?
oh,
At,
the best game?
at Cordova.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was against Eastern. Remember that?
Okay.
I think it was at the College Glen field. Remember that
College
was the
Glen.
field you could
Yes, I
see.
remember that game.
It was
I
off.
do remember that
It was
game.
off Highway 50 to the right,
Right.
on your way to
Yep.
Bradshaw,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see the field. And we played there, and you just have one of those games where you can't make a mistake.
Yeah.
And I just had a good game. And Dave Anderson actually hit two home runs that game. We beat
Mm.
these kids 15-0.
Wow.
It was an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Everybody was just roping these guys. And when after the game, the coach from the other team comes up to you and wants to talk to you and shake your hand, you're just like, okay, I did good. But like Jim said, that's how Fonner Smith feels all the time. You know, this guy. Yeah, I mean, I have one good game. I'm thinking, geez, this is what Pete feels like. Wow, good for Pete. You know. So no, it was a great game. We couldn't do no wrong. And your dad, of course, and Mr. Anderson were just so proud. And
Yeah.
but following practice, it's that game's over. We got another one.
Right.
So
And I think we lost
it
the
was.
next one and we were done.
Yeah, I think so.
And that
Yeah,
was in
really good
Orangevale.
team though.
I think
Really
it was
good
in
team.
Orangevale.
Yeah, was that in Orangeville?
Pretty sure it was right
Did we
off
lose to them?
of Hazel
Is that off the
and
hill?
Hazel.
yeah, it was
Kind of across from that frisbee
That,
golf course thing.
yeah,
They're old.
right.
They're old.
yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
And
Wow.
there's a community center,
Yeah.
like kitty corner from it. Yeah, those were really shitty fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we had a good game, but as much as everything went right the previous game, everything went wrong in that game. I remember hitting a line drive. I thought, oh, here we go, and the guy just
Yeah.
snagged it at third base, and I was 2 steps out of the box. I was like, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
Bucks.
man. Should
Yeah.
have saved some of those hits from the previous game.
The one game that I think that stung the most was the game against Rancho Cordova when we were 11. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Um,
We
we
had
think we
one and
lost.
out, right? We could only lose
Yeah,
one time.
it was one and done, but they went all the way to play Danville and
Right.
lost to
That's right.
Danville. Danville went to what's that? The Little League World
World
Series.
Series, yeah.
Yeah, so to think if we would have beat Rancho Cordova,
Right.
we may have gone that far.
And we should have beat them.
And we should have beat them. It was only like 2-1, or it was just a low scoring game, you know? It
Well,
really was.
Yeah,
what's
and I still remember. I think it ended with DeLeo and Fondersmith like getting tangled on the bases. One was
right?
running back,
That's right.
one was
Ah,
running
that's right.
forward,
Oh my
and
gosh.
all of a sudden the game was over.
Right.
We had a rally going.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Game's over, and I'm like,
Yep.
okay, 2-4-6-8. Who do we appreciate? This sucks.
Well,
This sucks. Hooray.
what's interesting about that is 5 years later, Pete Fondersmith and I played on an all-star team in big leagues where we went all the way to the World Series in Fort Lauderdale.
Really? Really?
He was 18, I was
Wow.
17. So all that talent that we had when we were 12, translated to when I was 17, he was 18, and we went all the way to the World Series. We were ranked number 1 in the world.
That is awesome.
And
Wow.
and if we hadn't enjoyed the festivities, shall we say, of South Florida,
Yeah.
we would have won the whole thing. But we got a little distracted, and we came in third.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, wow.
but going in, we were ranked
Yeah,
number 1. There was tons of scouts there. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. Yeah.
Yeah, playing with Pete on the A's in the American League my second year in baseball, and then was he on the Orioles? I'm thinking
Orioles.
was he on the Orioles
Yeah.
too? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah, I played with him there, and I don't think I also played with him my senior major, my first year on the A's. You just witness stuff that okay, this kid is a little bit beyond everybody else, and of course he was much taller than I was, along with DeLeo and everybody else. But his talent, the way he can throw the ball, I mean, I've literally been behind the plate, and he throws a frozen rope from center field. The ball, I don't think, stays 3 feet off the ground. It's like a laser, and all I have to do is catch it and drop it. That's just blows me away how he could do that. And then he'll hit a line drive against the fence, and the fence will feel like it's going to come, break apart. He's just phenomenal talent.
Yeah.
So I was privileged to play with that guy.
He was fun to
And
play
a
with.
super nice
Yeah.
guy, very humble.
Super nice, humble, great parents, great family. Everything was, he just couldn't do any wrong. He was just an amazing guy to play with. Now DeLeo, he was also humble, kind of nice
Sure.
guy. So he's a sweet guy. But he's the only dude who would get pissed off hitting a home run. Like, why are you pissed off hitting a home run? I only have one in my career. He hits them all the time. It didn't go far enough. It didn't go the right direction.
Oh,
It's like,
man.
oh my gosh! And he's the only guy who's ever hit a home run that I've seen on the bounce,
Yeah.
and he hit it dead center. And I go, you
Yeah.
hit that off the bounce, right? And he goes, you go, no. I said, yeah, I was right there, and it bounced. It's like, oh my god, but that's how much power he has.
Yeah.
Tom was a big dude, man, a great first baseman, big target to throw at.
Yeah.
But just a super guy, super nice guy. Really, really love Tom as well. He's amazing guy to play with.
All right. Final question. Favorite
All right.
song to do with baseball?
Favorite song to do with baseball?
Walk-up song, warm-up song, just a song about baseball, any kind of
God.
something that has to do with baseball.
There was a song on. I just watched a show about a month ago on Jackass, and it was on time, and it's when the guy is. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where he has a string tied to his willy, and he's trying to hit. No, the guy's blowing the ball out of his mouth, and he's trying to hit the ball with his willy, and they're playing a song, and it's like "Say Hey Willie" or something like that. It's like
The song about
and it
Willie
talks
Mays.
about like some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's center field.
oh, is it? No,
Yeah.
no, it's not that one. It's an
Oh,
older.
No, this is an old
Because I
song.
remember that said, "Say hey, Willie."
No,
Yeah.
this like with
From
Mickey
the
and the
50s,
Duke or something
yeah.
like that. It was probably
Willie,
50s or
Mickey, and the
60s.
Duke.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, yes. So the
Yeah,
song. That's the song I like.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it kind of covers that era that I really like.
Okay.
So
That was my dad's favorite era.
Yeah.
Was that era? the 50s and all that.
Was that 60s and 70s or
Yeah, I mean, but more the 50s, and when
more the
Willie,
50s?
Mickey,
Yeah.
and the Duke played in New York together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thanks, Chris. This has been fun. We could
Yeah.
go on for
No, I mean,
hours.
half hour. Yeah, half hour doesn't do it justice. There's so many stories and so many good times. But yeah, this has been fun, guys. It's been really good time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's crazy because the zaniness that came with Fair Oaks Little League and the
Oh.
crazy stuff that the Anderson brothers did, things that would go on with all the coaches. It's like endless stories that could
Yeah.
go on for hours.
Yep.
Yeah, I think big shout out to Dave and Brian Anderson because they actually made the entire experience just that much more fun. So they were hilarious, funny, everything rolled into one, and they were great baseball players, great family, and they just made it
Yeah,
awesome.
they were like rock
They
stars
really did.
in Little League. I remember that with the long
yeah.
hair. And,
Yeah, they were.
Well, and then think about this. I know we're running a little over. Think of the contrast between Eric's father, your father, Chris, and then Daryl.
Totally
On the
different.
bench, the guy constantly made us laugh. I mean, the game could be tied, and he didn't care.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, he's one of all the coaches, I guess, who knew me best, who could figure me out and probably say the right thing. And whereas your dad would inspire me,
Oh, okay.
Eric. He would give me confidence that I may not have had by just saying the right thing, So,
Wow.
yeah, big shout out to Daryl as well.
Cool.
So,
Well, thank you, sir.
you bet.
Too much fun.
Take care, guys, and we'll see you next time, or maybe the next cast, or whatever you call it, the podcast. There you go, or
We need to have another conversation
Yeah.
around our childhood and all the things that went on Imperfect because there's so much there that resonates with so many other people
Right.
about growing up in Fair Oaks.
oh yeah, yeah. People may look at us differently when they hear the stories, but that's okay, Jim. No, it was a good time. Definitely a great time to grow up in the 70s. Bad News Bears generation. So,
Yep.
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Well, boys, have a beautiful
Yeah,
Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
you too. You guys take care, and thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. Mike as well. Appreciate everything, and you guys take care.
You
Have
too.
fun.
All right. See ya.
All right. Bye.